Lawrenceville is a huge town, both size-wise and population-wise, here in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area. Even in a time with limited housing inventory, Lawrenceville currently has over 500 single-family homes listed for sale on our local MLS, which is basically unheard of.
Man, that's unheard of.
Hi, I'm Sarah Maslowski with KeyPoint Homes Group, a local real estate agent right here in Northeast Metro Atlanta area, specializing in helping you relocate right here to Georgia. So why are there so many homes for sale in Lawrenceville, and what do you need to know about living here? So like I mentioned, there are over 500 single family homes currently on the market in Lawrenceville. One of the biggest reasons there are so many homes for sale in Lawrenceville is because the town is huge and it covers quite a bit of ground. It's located in Georgia's second largest county, and Lawrenceville has a population of nearly 32,000 people with nearly 14 square miles of land. It is a huge town, so naturally you're going to have a lot more housing options. Now, one very interesting piece of data that goes along with this stat is that of those 500 homes, 483 of them are $1 million or less. Now, this is great news, right? It means there are a lot of quote or unquote affordable homes for sale here, with only 4% of them being $1 million or higher. Now, if I were to look at a town, let's say like Alpharetta, where there are currently 211 single family homes listed for sale, 117 of those homes are $1 million or more. That's 55% of the homes for sale in Alpharetta costing $1 million or more. That is a huge difference. Compare that to only 4% of the homes in Lawrenceville being $1 million or more, and you have got quite a difference. So why is it that homes in Lawrenceville are more affordable? Well, one big thing to note about Lawrenceville is that it is an older town, and a lot of the homes here are older as well. Many of the homes here were built in the 1970s and 80s, and you're going to find that there are a lot that have not been updated. These homes have great bones, and they are a great option for someone who is looking to spend a little bit less on the purchase price of a home, and you want to put in some sweat equity and work it into the perfect home while spending less money than you would if you were looking in nearby towns like Beaufort. Now, just like everywhere in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area, there is a lot of development going on in Lawrenceville. So you will see some new construction neighborhoods popping up here. There aren't an exponential amount of new construction options like you would have, say, over in Cumming, because there's not the same amount of land left here to develop. Of those 500 homes currently listed on the market, 34 of them were built this year, and most of those are actually in the same neighborhood. Currently, the average sales price in Lawrenceville is $436,000, which is below the average sales price of $518,000 in the greater Atlanta area. You will also find a lot of very large homes in Lawrenceville. So if you need something like 5 or 6 bedroom homes on full basements, that can easily be found for around $600,000 to $650,000 here in Lawrenceville. If you were to pick up these same houses and move them to Alpharetta or Johns Creek, they would easily run you closer to $800,000 to $900,000. The affordability and size of homes that you can find in Lawrenceville are definitely one of its biggest advantages. The reason you won't find a lot of new construction communities is because, like I mentioned earlier, Lawrenceville, it's an older town. In fact, it's the second oldest city in Metro Atlanta, and because of this, there's already a ton of development. In my opinion, Lawrenceville feels like a very commercialized area. It sits right off of Interstate 85, plus you have State Route 316, Highway 29, and Highway 20, so it's definitely in a very heavily traveled area. And you start to get that busier city feeling, like you're getting closer to the city of Atlanta and leaving the more suburban feel that you have in neighboring towns like Beaufort or Grayson. Because of all these major roadways making their way through Lawrenceville, you are definitely going to have quite a bit of traffic. However, if you are someone who needs to commute to the city of Atlanta for work, this will definitely put you much closer to the city, and it's going to trim down some of the commute time you would have if you were farther out in those more suburban feeling areas. The proximity and ease of getting to Atlanta is another huge reason people gravitate to this area. If you work in the city but don't want to spend city prices and want to be far enough out to live comfortably but still be able to commute in a reasonable amount of time, Lawrenceville is a great option for this, especially if you're close to 85. As far as development goes in Lawrenceville, you have plenty of stores and restaurants spread throughout town. There is a big shopping center with a Target, Home Depot, Bath & Body Works, Marshalls, and all the other stores that you could need on the northwest side of town. You've also got plenty of options for grocery stores from Kroger to Publix spread all throughout town, plus you have an Aldi and a Lidl as well. So there's no shortage of grocery options. You're also going to find several Korean and Asian grocery stores in Lawrenceville as well, which I know is a huge bonus to so many. If you want more Asian grocery store options, Duluth, which is only about 15 to 20 minutes away depending upon where you're at, has an even bigger selection of these. Lawrenceville was actually ranked as the 4th most diverse suburb in Georgia according to niche.com, which is why you'll have so many great options. The most northern part of Lawrenceville touches Buford, right where the Mall of Georgia is, so you're very close to all of the shopping and restaurants there. Just past the mall where Lawrenceville actually starts, you're going to find the Gwinnett Striper Stadium, which is a minor league baseball team that feeds into the Atlanta Braves. And you can actually get an apartment that overlooks the stadium here, which is pretty cool. Right here, you're also going to find Topgolf, Andretti Indoor Racing Track, a pickleball facility, lots of apartments, and a ton of great restaurants in that plaza, along with a Sprouts grocery store, which is great for those who like plenty of organic and more health-focused grocery options. Now, this part of Lawrenceville is going to feel like you're in Buford. They kind of blend into one another right here where they kind of meet in the middle. And in the middle of that shopping center is one of my favorite restaurants. And it's actually Taqueria Tsunami, which has an Asian Mexican blend. I know that sounds like a weird concept, but they have some really great food here. It's a blend of my best of both worlds. I also love Jinya Ramen, which is right next door. They have some of my favorite ramen. Like I said, this plaza technically has a Buford address, but if you go about 10 more feet down the road to the Gwinnett Striper Stadium, you're now officially in Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville also has a charming small downtown area where you're gonna find more great restaurants, bakeries, bookshops, and other small businesses. So it is nice to have some more of that small town feel and have a downtown area, since the rest of Lawrenceville feels so commercialized and developed. Now, this is one plus that Lawrenceville has, I think, over Buford. While Buford has a downtown area, it's very tiny. It's just like one little strip, whereas Lawrenceville definitely has that downtown square feel. Now, just off of 85, you also have Sugarloaf Mills, and that used to be a thriving mall, chock full of different stores, and we all know how malls have ended up, right? They've lost their popularity over the years, and this definitely isn't the shopping mecca that it once was. But you do have a Bass Pro Shop, which my husband loves, and it's only one of two that you're going to find in the entire state of Georgia. You've also got a Medieval Times here as well, which is the only location here in Georgia if you want to go eat a turkey leg and watch some jousting. Just a few minutes down the road from there, you're going to find Gas South Arena, which is home to the Atlanta Gladiators hockey team, and it also used as a concert and entertainment venue, so you can go see a show or game here all throughout the year. It's so nice when a musician has a concert here instead of somewhere in the city of Atlanta, because it's much more easily accessible to the other towns in the area, and it makes it a much quicker and more enjoyable experience to go see a concert or comedian here when they're just down the road at Gas South. Since Lawrenceville is such a large town, there are a ton of different schools here. In fact, over 41 different elementary, middle, and high schools with a Lawrenceville address. Since there are so many schools, you have a variety of different rankings on websites like greatschools.org. If you want to be in one of the higher ranking schools, we can target your search to stay in these areas. One of the reasons home prices in Lawrenceville is not as high as it is in neighboring towns like Buford and Suwanee is because you don't have as many of the 9 and 10 ranked schools that you'll find on greatschools.org like you would in those other areas. But it's not to say that you don't have a lot of really great options for a quality education here. As a former teacher, I will always tell you to do your own research and that the rankings online are not the only indicator of a good or bad school and whether or not the school is going to be a good fit for your child. So that is the rundown of Lawrenceville. What do you think? Would you consider Lawrenceville for its convenient location and affordable price tag? Or are you looking for something a little farther out of the hustle and bustle? Let me know in the comments below this video. If you're considering making a move to Georgia, I want to be your real estate agent. You can reach me by clicking on the link in my pinned comment below this video. If you're thinking that Buford may be more your speed, make sure you check out this video next.